Hello friends, welcome to this reading vlog. I'm starting it in the car, which I don't usually do, but I'm out, but I'm listening to the audiobook for The Keeper by Charles Martin. So this video is going to be me reading as many I forget what it was, as many library books as I possibly can before they're due back. And so luckily I do have the physical copy of this book, but also the audiobook. So it should be not too hard to get that done. And I have read quite a bit already. And so I did film like some clips of me not talking that I'll probably put in after this because I just wanted to intro this, but I started it last night. So I am really enjoying it, you guys. It is the fourth book in the Murphy Sheppard series. So Murphy Sheppard is a man that you follow in the first book called The Waterkeeper. And in this series, he is a part of a group of people that help save people, girls, children caught in human trafficking. And it's mainly based in the US. And he just goes around and tries to save these girls. And he is like undercover. He isn't part of law enforcement. Like they just do it. It's really interesting. It's well written. A little bit he gets caught up in the details, I find, but the audiobooks are really good. I still think that it's a solid read, and I think it's a good, like, just a reminder for, like, to be aware of what goes on, because it's accurate to what is still happening. And so, yeah, I definitely really like this series. I think I give all the books 4 stars. So yeah, I do recommend it. It's Christian fiction. There's like, I'd say mild faith content. Like they don't straight up talk about being Christians and going to church and praying and stuff, but they talk about God's love, and they're really big on like grace and redemption as well. So yeah, it's a great series. And so I was definitely excited to see that there was another book in the series, and this picks up basically right where the third book leaves off. And it does a pretty decent job of like explaining where you are, because I did forget a little bit how the third book ended, but this book definitely jogged my memory, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know these characters, I know this world. So yeah, and I listened to the audiobook for all of the books, and they're just so well done. So highly recommend that. And I do recommend this. Just mega trigger warnings, because he does go into, I'd say, mild details describing how the girls feel about what's happened to them, and just kind of sick thoughts that the men have, and it's upsetting sometimes. So that is that. But I just think his writing is gorgeous. I love his writing style, in particular in this series. So I'm excited to read this book, and I will check in when I've read some more. But yeah, I'll probably insert the clips that I filmed last night in here, but I was just starting the book. But because of the audiobook, I'm reading it really fast. So yeah, I'm already on page 212. And so that's great for me. So yeah, I'm just getting off work, so I'm going to go home. So I'm going to try to finish it, honestly, today. So I'll check in if that is going to happen. And yeah, I'm excited to share this video with you guys. I don't know exactly what other books are going to be in the video, except for one other one. So I'll show you that when I get home, because it's in my room. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. I don't know how many library books I'll be able to read, but I'm basically filming this until I leave on vacation with my mom. So as many library books as I can get in before that. I have about like 4 or 5 days before I leave. So excited about that. So let's see how many books I can read in 4 to 5 days. you guys, I finished The Keeper by Charles Martin. It was such a quick read. Even though it's a big book, the audiobook made it go by super fast, and I was able to like speed up the playback so that I read it really fast. And I really enjoyed this book. I'm giving it 4 stars. There was a bit of slow parts at times, but I just fully enjoyed it though. Like, I'd give it a 4.5 actually, because I thought this was a great addition. And the mystery slash, not really mystery, just we were trying to save these 3 girls that were kidnapped and were gonna be sold. I just thought the stakes were so high, and he put like tension into the writing so that I like really was there with the characters. I was rooting for them. I felt so invested, and I really loved that part of it. And then there are some reveals and maybe like plot twists and whatever that I loved how that played out, and the ending was so satisfying. And I would love to continue reading books about Murphy Shepherd and the people that he has in his family and group, because they're just so beautiful the way they love each other, and they're just so good. So I would recommend this series, you guys. Just, it's about a heavy topic for sure, but I'm really glad that I got to read this book so soon. So that is exciting. The next book that I'm gonna start, slash I actually have started it already, because I'm just in such a reading mood. Ever since my classes ended and like work is a bit slower as well, I am just like throwing myself into reading and making content, and it's been really fun because I missed doing it, and this is like a huge hobby for me. So I have this book called Storm Warning by Elizabeth Goddard. This will be my first book by this author. It's gonna be due back very soon, so I have to read this fast. So I'm gonna see. I actually don't know if I'll read it in time because technically it's due tomorrow. But it's like midday right now. I have time to just sit down and binge this, and then I have a half day tomorrow, so I can like hopefully finish it by tomorrow before I have to return it, because there's holds on it, so I can't renew the hold. Yeah. Okay, so this book, it's like slightly confusing. I'm probably gonna just read you the back because I'm still like in the early stages. How it starts is this girl works, see, I don't even know. Let me go. Here we go. Haunted by a half-forgotten past, former army photographer Remy Grant, so she was an army photographer, is that a thing? Didn't know. Remy Grant is working at an isolated storm-watching lodge on the rocky Washington coast when she receives a mysterious puzzle piece. The piece may be the catalyst to unlocking a disturbing incident she struggles to remember, the event that sent her into hiding. But with heavy storms rolling in, she must focus on the present, not get caught up in the past. When a mysterious man at the lodge saves her life more than once, Remy becomes suspicious and confronts him. After a catastrophic event in his own life, former military pilot Hawk Beckett is trying to get some perspective at the suggestion of his former commanding officer. Faced with the fiercest storm to hit the coast in a decade, Remy and Hawk are forced into survival mode. See, that's why I was interested in this, because I love kind of like survival type stories. And then it says, but they're not alone at the lodge. Someone doesn't want Remy to remember what happened, and they will stop at nothing to see her dead. Okay, that's why I was interested. I remember when I read that, I was like, oh, I could like that book. So yeah, it definitely starts with a lot of action, and Remy is super like suspicious of Hawk when she first meets him. But yeah, I'm curious, and it is alternating perspectives, so we've gotten both of theirs so far, and I have high hopes. I hope that I like this. I hope that it gets me into this author's writing. At this point, it hasn't like gripped me the same way that like Lynn Blackburn did when I first started her books, but I'm really hoping that, obviously, that there's more romance, and that just that the romance hits really well, because I don't care that much about the mystery. You know. So I will let you guys know. I'm gonna go read outside because the sun is finally coming out. I had to have this sweater on because it was actually cold today, but now that the sun is out, I think I can go outside. So I'm gonna do that, and let's see how this goes. guys, so I am on chapter 19 of this book. I've been reading it a lot today. I'm on page 154 and I'm liking it fine, I would say. I don't think that there's anything super standing out to me. The mystery is a little bit interesting. Like, I won't spoil it, I guess, but the person that's going after Remy, there is more to that, I guess is what I'll say. I'm just not wowed by it. It just feels like a typical romantic suspense. There's no like spark for me, but you guys know that like I do prefer more romance than suspense in my romantic suspense. So that might just mean that like people who like suspense will like this book, because it is quite suspenseful, I will say. There's a lot of like heart-pounding moments and things are constantly happening within the mystery part. The romance is just really slow, and so I'm not really invested in the characters because of that. So it's going okay. I do have to return this tomorrow, so I'm gonna do my best to read a whole bunch right now before I get ready for bed and see how much I can get done, and then I'll finish it off tomorrow and we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll pick up. I might end up liking it a bit more, but I don't see this being 5 stars, not even close. It's definitely around a 3.54 star right now. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share for now. I'm curious, like, it's a new release, so if you guys have read it, I would be curious how you guys liked it. I love the cover. I like the idea of it, but just a little bit, the execution is like just a little bit boring for me. Hello you guys, good morning. So I did finish Store Morning last night, or this morning actually. It was this morning that I finished it up, and unfortunately I'm gonna give this 3 stars. I found it, I just wasn't that invested because I didn't really believe the romance. The romance kind of killed it for me because there wasn't much of it, but when it was there, it felt forced because there wasn't enough. Anytime the characters were around each other, they would think like, oh, I could like picture myself marrying them, or oh, I want to kiss them. But then in their head, they'd be like, I need to stop thinking that way, like, no. And it just like didn't work for me. And then like when they did talk, she still was like quite combative, I would say, towards him, and like didn't trust him and stuff. And so I just didn't see how like her feelings were forming. And then, but same with his, like he would like think things about her and like wanting to, like thinking she's beautiful or like wanting to marry her or kiss her. But it just didn't work, I think. And so because of that, I wasn't invested in the story. There was one twist that I thought was really good, and I liked that part of it, so that's like where the 3 stars comes in. But otherwise, I just kind of was waiting for it to be over. So unfortunately, that's that. I will still try her books though in the future, but I might not continue this series. Yeah, I just didn't feel much for the characters. So that is the thing. Okay, so it is what it is. That's fine. I have no other library books that I can read. So I'm actually gonna go get another one from the library. Or should I just read one of my own? That's kind of not what this video is though. What do you guys think? I wish I could ask you in this moment. Okay, because technically I requested this book and it is ready for me, but like, do I actually want to read it? Because I don't think I'm gonna like it, to be honest. It is called Brand of Light by Ronnie Kendig. I got the audiobook for it, and my library has the physical book waiting for me to go pick up. So that's what I was gonna go get and read in this video, but it's long. The audiobook is 20 hours. I did start the audiobook last night. I listened to the prologue in chapter 1, and it sounds very heavy on the sci-fi, and I guess I'm not into that. Like, I don't know. It had the same feeling that Red Rising had when I listened to Red Rising. I listened to like the first 2 chapters of Red Rising, and it was way too science fiction heavy for me. Like, I had no idea what was going on. And this book had those vibes. I did understand it, I could follow it, but I wasn't like very interested. So that's the thing. So we'll see what happens. I will check in when I've decided. I may just say no more books in this video, so goodbye. but the vlog will continue until I leave. The book that I would start that maybe would be nice to like not bring with me on my trip is The Island House by Elena Johnson. This is going to be in my summer video, my summer vacation reading vlog, but I don't have high hopes for it, and it's short, so I could read this before I go, but it's not a library book, you know? No matter what ends up happening, I'd be curious if you would be interested in my thoughts on either one of these books when you see this video, because if you would be interested in my thoughts on Brand of Light and I don't end up reading it in this video, let me know if you still want to see a review and I could still read it. It's supposed to be Christian science fiction, so that's why I'm interested. I think it's published by Enclave, or maybe it's Revel, I don't know. Anyways, but then this book is like a self-published book that the author sent me, but my previous books by this author have not gone well, so that is why I'm hesitant about this book. Anyways, I will see you guys. We're gonna like go shopping and do some things, so I will take you guys along because that's kind of fun. It's me, my mom, and my sister. So yeah, thanks for being here so far, you guys. I will let you know what's going on. You guys, hello. So I got Brand of Light by Ronnie Kendig from the library, and I'm looking at it. I'm thinking about what I read in the prologue in chapter 1, and I don't want to read this. So I'm going to put it down, and I'm just going to, for the rest of this video, take you along with me and my mom and my sister for what we're doing. I'm just going to kind of share a little bit of my life. We're going to go shopping and maybe do some gardening and things like that. So I'll just take you along with me, and then that'll be the video. So hopefully the 2 books in this video are helpful for you guys with the reviews. I'll write them down below, but if you want to check out now, I totally understand. My next video will hopefully be my vacation reading vlog, but we'll see. So thank you for your patience while I get everything sorted. But yeah, I don't want to force myself to read this book, and I only have 2 days to read it anyways before we leave. So I'm just gonna say not this time, and I'm looking forward to the books that I will be reading on vacation though. So yeah, I don't feel like reading this book either, although there is, like, I do want to start a book potentially tonight, so I might start my reread of Fearless because I do have the audiobook in from the library, and I plan to bring Fearless on my vacation with me to start just, yeah, listening to the audiobook, rereading it, tabbing my favorite parts. There's not as many in this one, so it should go pretty fast. So yeah, and I don't plan to like vlog that in particular, so I'll probably start that book for before we leave, and then I plan to bring this book with me on vacation. So that is the plan. Curious if any of you guys have read this book, if you think I will like it. Like, I'm not going to write it off. I'm going to leave it on my TBR list, although I might take it off Goodreads because I try to only have books on my Goodreads that I plan to read soon. That's kind of like another form of my TBR. So I probably, I don't know, I don't think I plan to read this anytime soon. So I will return it and we will just read from my physical TBR. But I actually do have another book that is coming in from the library that I want to read on my vacation. So there'll be other things, but yeah, I think you guys get it. So thank you for being here with me, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Size 10.
Your hair's so pretty. Hello, my friends. Can you hear me / see me? Yes, I think you can. So, hello. We are back from shopping and I have things to show you. We kind of just lounged around. After we got back from shopping, we were exhausted. We took a little nap and I got changed and I'm here to share some updates, I guess, because I haven't been talking much in the past couple of clips. So, reading update, I did start The Island House by Elena Johnson. This is not a library book, but I decided to start it because I'm just so curious about it. I feel like it could either go really badly or mediocre. I don't have high hopes for it, so that's that. But I have some books to show you because my mom and my grandma are avid readers, and my grandma acquires books like a lot and frequently, and she has a small place, so once she's done with the book she gives it to me, and so a lot have accumulated. I'm not going to show you every single one because that's a lot and it could be like its own video, but I'm going to show you the standout ones, and that's that. So, and there's not a ton of standout ones, to be honest. A lot of them are like, you know, old and like probably not that interested, but I'm also in the middle of packing and cleaning my sheets and all the things, so that is why all of this is like this. I need to make my bed still, but okay. So we got this bag of books, okay? A whole bunch of Joel Rosenberg books. Do you guys know who this is? I've never read any of his books. I think they're political thrillers and I don't know if I'll like them, but let me know. So this is The Persian Gamble. I may hold on to some of these books if you guys tell me they're good. Here's the Beirut Protocol. I don't know what that is, but yeah. And then, oh, this one I'm interested in, Pelican Point by Irene Hannon. I know that she has a series, Hope Harbor I think is the series, and yeah, a Hope Harbor novel. So Hope Harbor is her contemporary romance series, I think, and it's super big, and I don't know if you have to read them in order or not. Hopefully not. This came out in 2018. My library does have the first book called Hope Harbor, so I may read that one first if it like sets up the world well, but I definitely am keeping this book. I'm curious about it. Here's Joel Rosenberg, The Kremlin Conspiracy. Don't know what that is, but I'll hold on to it. Okay, this is interesting. Memories of Glass by Melody Dobson. I recognize this author, but I feel like I've read maybe one of her books, but I don't remember if I have. So tell me if you guys know this author and this book. I'm assuming that's an older one because it just looks older, but it's 2019, so not that old, but there you go. Oh, this is interesting. This also looks like an old one, but it's House of Secrets by Tracy Peterson. This seems like, I mean, it's just an old style cover. This is from 2011, yeah, so it's much older. Pretty sure. Okay, here's 3 Irene Hannon books that are all from different series. So there's Dangerous Illusions. This is Code of Honor. Yeah, Code of Honor book 1. I used to own this book and I wonder if it's the same one, because I like any books that I didn't want to read from her previously I gave back, so this might be one of those. So I'll hold on to it. I kind of had written off Irene Hannon because she goes too dark with her books, but whatever. And then I have Buried Secrets. This is Men of Valor book 1, so there's that. And then this is Deceived Private Justice book 3. So I don't know if you can read them out of order, but I have that. Okay, very curious about this book, Sycamore Row by John Grisham. This book I'm curious about because I got The Testament by John Grisham from my grandma. Absolutely loved it. So if my grandma has this one, I feel like this is another good John Grisham book, but look how thick it is. But I'm for sure keeping this. I'm gonna give it a read because I'm just curious. Like, could be some hidden gems in John Grisham that I will love. Okay, a random Lynn Austen book. This is On This Foundation. It's The Restoration Chronicles. It's book 3, so that doesn't help me, but I have this book now, so I'll probably hold on to this one. Okay, I might be interested in this one. This is Jerusalem's Queen by Angela Hunt. I might be curious. I think this is biblical fiction, but Angela Hunt, is she the one who wrote the like Adam and Eve book that I didn't really like? I forget what it was called. I don't know if I like her biblical fiction, but I think I've only tried the one by her. And I know she writes contemporary fiction too, but I just only have this one now. So anyways, Jerusalem's Queen. I don't know. Okay, here's another one that looks really old, but it's an author I'm curious about. It's called City Girl by Lori Wick. Let me know if you guys have read this book, because maybe now's my chance. The font is so big. Yeah, so, okay, this one I'm interested in only because it's like the vibe. So it's called The Cottage by Michael Phillips. Look at that cover. Doesn't that look like, so it's Shetland Islands. I don't know where that is. It sounds good, actually. So I'm gonna hold on to this and maybe I'll put it in a video because I don't know, just the vibes make me want to read it for some reason. So that is all I want to share with you for now. Actually, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna share for now. I will check in tomorrow's the last day because we're getting ready to go on our vacation. So I'm so excited. So I'll end this vlog tomorrow and we'll see what we get up to. But thanks for following along so far. Hello everyone, so it is a couple days later and I did not really end this vlog, but as you can see we're driving. So this is going to be the end of this vlog, but I am vlogging this whole trip, so I'm doing like a read with me on vacation type of video, so you're gonna see what we get up to. You'll see that video after this one, so it should be up on Tuesday if I can get it all edited together. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, you guys. I'll write all of the books down below that I talked about, and yeah, I don't have any other reading updates to give.
Cassandra. End phone call completed.
Oh, okay. We just got butt dialed by my sister. It's fine. I'm gonna leave that in. It's fine. Yeah, so Cassandra's not coming with us. It's just a mom and daughter trip only. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun, but I am gonna be vlogging that. So stay tuned for it. It should be coming soon after this one. And thanks for being here, you guys.